Welcome to this demo of FP Mailing Solutions FPI5700 Folding Inserting System. This system is a machine that takes paper, reply envelopes, small inserts and cards. It will fold what it needs to fold, insert them into an envelope, seal that envelope, and then stack that envelope. It does it very efficiently and very effectively, and it's very easy to use. So I'd like to talk to you a little bit about our feeders. Our feeders are smart feeders. They can process any types of documents, almost any type of document, from 3.5 inches in length to legal size paper in any combination. So you may have a job where you pull one sheet, a small insert, and a reply envelope. You may have a different job where you're pulling a legal size paper, a letter size paper, and adding a reply envelope. All these types of applications are real. We see them in our environment every day, and the only real constant in business is change, especially if you have a marketing department that likes to change things up a bit. So these feeders are built to accommodate the changes that happen in normal business. They can pull multiple sheets from a single tray, meaning I can pull page 1, 2, 3, and then fold and insert. Or I can pull page 1 from here, page 2 from here, page 3 from here. We can run stapled sets or non-stapled sets as a group from the top tray. It's what we call semi-automatic mode or daily mail. And it's really good. They come in different capacities. This one holds 725 sheets of paper. These hold 325. We have another type of feeder that will hold 1,200 sheets of paper or around 325 reply envelopes. And it's what we call our maxi feeder. It's a great addition, a great option for this system. You can get up to 6 stations on the FPI5700. After paper is fed, it's very important that we measure the thickness of that paper to make sure that it's really only one sheet of paper and not more than that. Sometimes in high humid environments or low humidity environments, temperature changes, things like that will cause paper to stick together. Sometimes the toner in the printer, things like that. If something like that happens and it's really stuck together, the system will catch that and it will say, hey, I've got 2 sheets of paper. And what it does basically is it'll bring those sheets to this IntelliDeck and it will either pause the machine or it will just divert them and continue operating depending on how the job is programmed. This thickness detector is not affected by dust, by toner, by anything like that. It is an electromechanical thickness detector, meaning it's like a little wheel that rolls on top of the paper to actually measure the thickness. It measures the actual thickness. It's a digital caliper, basically. Very specific and very precise. After we've determined that the paper is fed and it's a single sheet, we come down here to our accumulator. Our accumulator is a real kind of the jewel of the machine. The accumulator offers the user a place to collate sheets before folding them. So if I'm pulling 3 sheets from a single tray, those sheets will come down here to the accumulator. They get all together. It'll add any sheets from any of the other possible trays that are on here, and then it will send it to the folder to fold, so that when this set is opened up by the recipient, it's all in their page 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 8 or 10 pages. The accumulator also does some really cool things to help with the look of your applications. For example, sometimes the users may have the side guides a little wide, or the paper's really curled, or the environment with static and humidity might cause the paper to skew a little bit or turn a little bit in the feeder, which isn't a problem. Everything up here is going to be fine. And when it gets down here to the accumulator will take that crooked paper and straighten it out before it heads to the folder. It's very important that we have a straight fold for several reasons. One, you don't want your address to be crooked, correct? And we want it to look right. But also we want everything to be consistent throughout the mailing. And this system with the accumulator helps do that. After the documents are accumulated, they head over to our folder. This is our PowerFold 10 folder. And what that means is it can fold up to 10 sheets of 20-pound paper at a time, at once. It uses a little metal blade to do the folding, and this machine is powerful. Knife folding systems are found on large production print shop folders. They're very expensive in that environment, and in this case we brought it down to a level to make it affordable, but yet still have that powerful fold from here. Once the items are folded, they'll transport through, and in here is where the empty envelope is sitting. It will rest in there basically in this direction, open, waiting for the folded contents to go in. It's really nice in this machine because different customers have different throat cuts through here. Sometimes they're straight, sometimes they're a V, sometimes they're shaped like this. And what if it gets really crazy and the V goes very deep, things change quite a lot. The user can actually change those little fingers that open up the envelope, make them a little longer if they need to open that V. So to be able to have that ability where the user can just go turn a little knob and make the fingers a little longer is incredible, because if your envelopes change from envelope to envelope, then the style, then the user can just easily adapt to it, and then you're just off and running. And no worries about having to hand stuff something because the throat is way out, different from all your other stuff. We have a sealer in here. You'll put your moistening fluid in there. It will seal. It uses 3 really nice brushes that'll paint the water on. And then once that happens, we close the flap, and then we exit it here in our high capacity vertical stacker. The vertical stacker goes upward. It can hold between 400 and 500 envelopes depending on what you're doing. The vertical stacker is a place for your filled envelopes to go, whether they're sealed or not. And of course, as you can see here, we have a folded item. We'll be running it here in just a moment. Our number 10 envelopes, in this case, are here, but we can process up to 6 by 9.5 size envelopes. The envelope hopper is load on the fly. It feeds from the bottom, and so you can load it on the top while it's processing. So there is no stoppage or delay in production just to load an envelope feeder. So you keep things going. The system as a whole is very efficient, very quiet. Once you choose a job, on here, this is our 5.7-inch color touchscreen. The system will hold up to 50 jobs. That means different folds, different feeder loading, different document lengths, all that, which is an incredible volume. It swipes from the left to the right to get to those different jobs. It's like a tablet. It's really, really user friendly. It's what we're used to today with our smartphones and our tablets and color touchscreens, things that we use in our daily life. It brings it down to this level. You can press and hold things to make them, for example, here. Oops. You press and hold, I can copy the job, edit the job, delete it, or rename it. It's kind of nice to have that copy feature. Or I have some with padlocks on it, and they're locked and no one can change them. And so we've created a job that we really like, and we didn't want anyone to change it or accidentally delete it, so we secured it, and the user cannot edit or delete that job. So let's run a job. So if you're going to run a job, you just press a button. And in this case, this is one page into a number 10. And all I'm going to do is I press the button. It shows me where to load paper. Right now, it's grayed out, so it's telling me this feeder does not have paper in it. And that's part of the smart tray system, is that it's smart. It's not going to allow me to continue until I load paper. So you just simply load paper. Now it's not grayed out, it's highlighted. It recognizes I have number 10s in there, and all I have to do is press start. Just load your paper, load your envelopes, press start, and watch it go. Now I'm just going to run a couple here to give you an idea. So I'll go ahead and press the stop button. Now I want to show you that we can also run different lengths of items in the feed trays. So for example, I'm done with this job, so I'm going to go back to my job list, and I'm going to go choose a different job, and we'll do this one right here, which is one page with a reply envelope. And so it shows me where I need to load paper. These are my simulated reply envelopes. You just simply load them in here. They're actually cards. This will be the paper it pulls. So this will be my one page. I'm using kind of a goldenrod color paper to kind of highlight it. So we have our one page, with our reply envelope or card, and the number 10s are already loaded. I just have to press start, and over here what we'll have is we'll have our paper come down with the card, and just like that I'm running a different job, an entirely different job. Go over here. Again, I'll press stop. I'll remove one from the bottom. Basically, when you remove this, the card or the reply envelope is tucked into the fold. So when the user removes this from the envelope, they get all your little inserts, your reply envelopes, and nothing is left in the envelope. And you end up with your finished document. I hope this was enough to give you a feel for the FPI 5700. If you have any questions, certainly contact us or your local dealer.